This is Rob Tubber for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined here today by light heavyweight Hosea Burton. We're here in Las Vegas ahead of Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz. How you doing, Hosea?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
Good. You're looking very brown.
Yeah, doing a lot of sunbathing.
How's Vegas treating you? I know that you're out here with Tyson ahead of his fight. How's it been going? Been ticking over nicely?
Yeah, well, listen, I'm in training camp myself. You know, I'm fighting 5th of July back home, so I can't really be doing what people do in Vegas. So I've been training hard, but I've been enjoying it. It's been pretty good.
You're fighting July the 5th. Just 1 second. People always like to have a little move, no problem. You're fighting July the 5th. The last time you boxed was November, so that will be 7, nearly 8 months out of the ring. Not ideal for somebody at the stage of your career.
No, it's way too long to be out the ring. It's just I couldn't get the fights. I can't get the fights. I'm not a great ticket seller, so when I'm not earning a promoter loads of money, they don't really want to put you on the show. When they give you opportunities, I say yes, but then the opponent comes back and says no because I've got nothing to bring to the table. I've got no title at the moment, and I am the best light heavyweight in Britain, so I'm a voided man. The Who Needs Me club.
It seems to be a problem in boxing, and it's not a new problem to be honest, but it's a problem that's always kind of reared its ugly head. You're somebody who's suffering with it now, with not being able to get the fights due to one reason or another. What do you think boxing needs to do to kind of change that? Is there something that can be done?
I don't know too much about it. Like I don't know what they could change, what they can't. But see, the boxing board orders people to fight now and again, and if they don't want to fight, they just don't fight. So I don't really know what they can do to fix the problem.
How frustrating has it been for you having that kind of inactivity? You're still a young man. You're in a portion of your career where you need to be active and get in the fights. How frustrating is that?
Listen, what they're doing is they're stealing the best years from me. Look, I'm 30. I don't look 30. I don't feel 30. I don't know what a 30-year-old is meant to feel like, to be honest, but I feel a young man. It's like the best years of my life was last year, where I never had a chance to show anything, and this year I've not had a fight again. So probably if I'm 35 or 6 and I'm maybe slowing down or something, I'll probably get a chance or something if I'm still boxing. But boxing's so frustrating, not getting your chances and your opportunities. I really don't know where boxing is going to go for me.
Have there ever been times, not to put words in your mouth, but I mean, I know that it's happened with some fighters who have just given it up really and retired. Has that ever come through your mind at any point?
Many times I've wanted to give it up. I've wanted to pack in, but I've got a good family around me who says, "Look, you've done it this far. You're too deep now to pack in now." So I'm going to just stick it out, see where I go. Obviously, I've not got long left. Boxing's a young man's game. I am still a young man, but they are stealing the best years from me because I'm being inactive. I am at the peak of my career, and I'm ready and willing to fight anybody at any time.
I think you made a good point earlier on in the interview. What does a 30-year-old man look like? I look at least 10 years older than you. I'm actually younger than you, which probably doesn't make you feel great. But you are at a point in your life and in your career where you haven't had a lot of miles on the clock, which is something that is in your favour. Since you've been over in Vegas, what have you been doing? I know you've been training, obviously preparing for July the 5th. You've been getting good sparring in. I spoke to Isaac, and Isaac said that he's been sparring with like Nanito Daenerys. You guys have been very busy out here.
Mm-hmm. I've been sparring a tricky customer, Lonnie B.
Lonnie Bennels?
Lonnie B. Great, they call him, yeah. But Lonnie's a slippery, awkward customer. So I've been sparring with him, but I've been doing well. I've been happy with me sparring. It's just it was a chess match with him. He's a frustrating man. He keeps talking to you an awful lot. I've enjoyed every second of it. But hopefully we get some more sparring before I go home. I've just been trying to tick over and trying to not tick over. I've been really putting the pedal to the floor. But I'm just getting ready for the 5th.
Last time I saw you was in LA with a certain Mr. Anthony Yarde before his fight got postponed. I I know that's a fight that's been talked about between yourself and him for a long time. Is it realistic to expect that fight to ever happen? Do you see that fight ever happening?
I can't see Anthony Yarde fighting anybody with a pulse ever in his career. People's invested a lot of money in him, and they don't want to lose the money just yet. They're talking about the Kovalev fight. I said a long time ago that fight was never going to happen, and looks now as it's never going to happen. You know, he's put it off. They've put it off that long. It's just like another thing. Like, why didn't he fight me when we got ordered to fight? Because he was above me. Is he above Kovalev now? You know, I don't know what they're playing with him.
Where do you see Anthony? I mean, you've said that you don't see him fighting anybody with a pulse. Do you see him, if this Kovalev fight doesn't happen, do you see him kind of potentially looking at the fights with yourself, with Callum Johnson? I know there's the Josh Buatsi fight as well.
No, he won't fight me, he won't fight Johnson, he won't fight Buatsi. He will fight, I don't know, DeMario from the kebab shop for some kind of a belt or something. I don't know. I don't know with him. I don't think he's a true fight man. What fight man is? If you ask me, do you want to fight? I'd say yeah. Let's go. You know, I never pulled him. I just spoke to him at last time we seen each other. I says, because they pretend they don't know who I am. So I pulled him and just said, look, I'm Hosea Burton. In case you didn't know who I was. When are we going to fight? Oh, I'm fighting next week. I'm fighting next week. I knew he wasn't fighting next week because he turned down every opponent they put in front of him. He turned down 5 different opponents, 5 different journeymen. Now, why would you go to America and turn down everybody who they put in front of you, unless you was hiding something? I'm thinking they're hiding the fact that he can't fight.
I was just about to ask, is it that? Did you feel potentially, as you say, can't fight, chinny? Well, I'm just as interested in that comment as you are.
We're yet to know if he's chinny. We're yet to know if he is a serious puncher because he only fights old men and small old men at that. We don't know. We don't know anything about Anthony Yarde, do we? I don't know how they've got him to be a mandatory challenger for the world title. I don't know. Tricks. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know quite a lot, but I genuinely do not have a clue how he's in that position.
So what's it going to take for you to land one of these fights? I mean, with the greatest of respect, not even they're big fights relatively well, but you're not chasing unrealistic fights, as it were. I mean, you're chasing British level fights. I mean, Callum Johnson's boxed for a world title, but are you going to have to take the short end of the straw to get one of these big fights, one of these big domestic fights? I'm
quite happy to be the B-side. If they want to put me in a big fight and me be the B-side, I'm willing to go. I don't know who I've got to call out to have a fight. I don't know. You tell me. If you've got any ideas or any plans of me getting a fight, a meaningful fight, let me know because I'll be more than grateful. I'd fight you, but I'm significantly heavier than 175 pounds at the minute. I like how you look down there as well. What have you? I'm sure you've spoken to Tyson about this. What's his thoughts on the whole situation? Well, I've spoke to Tyson about it. Listen, we tried to get on this card, but the show was full. He said September show. He said you'll be on that. So hopefully I'll be on the September show. Hopefully in the big fight. So we'll just have to see where it goes. I mean, in one way, that is, I mean, obviously you want your own stuff going on, but in one way, having Tyson in such a big, Keith, he'd actually be a very, very famous writer there. Sorry, you're kind of in a position now where, I mean, you're over here, which is good. You're getting the experience of being around kind of heavyweight world title or lineal heavyweight championship camp. Does it give you something to kind of hope for or aim for, having Tyson with this big deal with ESPN? He's mentioned the September date. There could be stuff coming in the future. Of course it does. It might make the path a little bit easier for me. Now he's opened all these doors. You know, if you can't help your family, who can you help? So hopefully, listen, I don't want nothing give for free. I want a fair crack of the whip, and if I can't make it, well, I'll pack it in. You know, all I'm asking for is a shot. If I get a shot and I fail, boxing ain't for me. But if I get a shot and I successfully do my thing, which I'm more than capable of doing, well, I'll stick at it.
Let's just continue with Tyson. You've been over here, you've been with him in camp. How's he looked in preparation for the Tom Schwartz fight?
Brilliant. I've never seen him in such shape of his life. He's in the shape of his life, and this last week he's really hit form. I've seen him do a lot of round sparring over here, and he's not lost 5 seconds of any round. He's been sparring some good men. He's been knocking men out and sparring. He doesn't get punched. He's unbelievable. His dad, ages ago, just before he was fighting Wilder, said, "Don't fight Wilder yet, son, because you're going over there half-cocked." Now, listen, he's fully cocked. He's fully loaded. He's ready to go. You'll see the Tyson Fury next week.
Okay, well, Hosea Burton, I don't want to say I feel sorry for you because I don't want to sound condescending and patronising, but I do hope you get yourself a big fight soon, whether that's a domestic fight or whatever fight. And if not, best of luck on July the 5th. I'm sure I will see plenty of you this week. Thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social, and if there's anything I can do to get you a big fight, let me know.
Well, you try your best to get me a big fight because everyone else is trying to get me a fight.
Okay, challenge accepted. Hosea Burton, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. That was really good.